No matter what happens out there in the field, we will forever remember Reach. Heads up Spartans, this week's lineup is a special Halo Reach themed event right here for Halo Infinite, with some insane firefight maps being displayed here that are going to simply blow your mind. Not to mention all of these maps being shown here today will all come with co-op support. So while you're at it, don't forget to share this week's video with the rest of your fire team. But anyways everyone, I'm not going to hold us back any further. Here is 5 Halo Reach Firefight Forge maps that you need to play right now in Halo Infinite. In a desperate final attempt to secure the super city of Reach, we are starting off with New Alexandria. Firefight, created by Wolfboy RD. You will find yourself as the last man standing of your team. With your Falcon being wiped out in flames, you go on to meet up with some fellow Marines and push onwards through this desecrated hotel balcony, only to later be greeted by swarms of oncoming Covenant forces. This map plays as a solid homage to the campaign mission New Alexandria from Halo Reach, and really pushes the boundaries on creating an epic surrounding scenery and a fine-tuned levelscape. The atmosphere here is just fantastic, with the whole location just resonating with the same energy that Reach gave to us, with not only really cool accent lighting on the walls and on the stair rails, but even capturing the burning city in the background as well, as we can spot a nearby Covenant supercarrier laying waste to what was once a huge metropolis. There is also no game type requirement here as well. However, personally, I enjoy running any of the Firefight Ops game types with this one. Overall, this map is just simply incredible and really just makes me feel as if I'm playing a game of Firefight, not in Halo Infinite, but instead I'm all the way back in Reach, with great enemy spawns, plenty of cover, perfectly sized sandbox that fits in just right without having any issues. Just solid work, Spartan. On a brighter note and away from destruction, have you ever wanted a full-on Halo Reach inspired war zone? Well, now you got one. This is Unearthed Firefight, created by Notetaker37. That's right Spartans, we are once again back in the epic firefight map right from Halo Reach. This time, everything has been vastly upgraded from the original, with friendly AI Marines securing the base along with you, weapon supply base full of various gear, and constant ordnance supply drops coming in to assist. Unearthed was one of my favorite firefight maps back in the day, and it always has bothered me on how we were defending an entire military installation by ourselves. However, now everything just feels right, with tons of Marines manning machine gun turrets and rushing to guard and secure the walls as an absolute war zone is about to break out. The AI spawns here just feel so damn smooth, as it constantly feels like you're being engaged in combat, with grunts and elites pouring in on your position. Here you will take on a whopping total of 25 different waves. All will slowly become more and more difficult as time goes on. Elites will be at your throat with energy swords, and brute drop teams will be storming your base consistently as they attempt to stomp you out. Once again, there is going to be no game mode requirement for this one, so I'm just going to keep rolling with Firefight Ops. The map scale has also been increased, with plenty of area to now drive around in, and even some side buildings to find loot in. It's just absolutely perfect. Next up, it's time for us to hold out against incredible odds with Reach Firefight, created by Handsome Huber. The Covenant are on their way to destroy an important military resource plant, with you being the last standing defense for a UNSC mining station. Once again, this map will hit you directly with some solid Halo Reach aesthetics, with the dreary and foggy weather, and of course, the destruction of everything we fight for being seen off in the distance. This map is going to be far harder than the other ones on the list, as you will quickly miss having any sort of barriers or extra protection here. Enemy waves will quickly grow to become relentless, with Phantoms constantly dropping off packs of skirmishers and elites, only to then drop in huge fire teams of brute berserkers barreling towards the mining tunnels. And let's not even talk about the swarms of hunters that are going to be rapidly approaching your location. Things work great here for feeling like you're being completely overwhelmed by the Covenant. However, I do think that possibly adding in a separate version where we could include a generator defense would just nail the objective here. With the 4th spot on the list, we return one last time to Overlook with Firefight Overlook Survivor, created by GlizzyGod42496. With this, you're going to pair it up with the Corvette Outpost Firefight game type to go along with it. The land here was once used as a hotspot for farming and agriculture. Now, it has been reduced to scorched remains by the Covenant onslaught. Overlook returns once again in this horrifying remake, where this time, instead of the Covenant, the Banished are looking to process and take hostile control over this scornful reminder of our defeat. The map layout itself falls in very close to how you remember it, with tons of banished arriving by Phantom, and the rest will be trekking it through the fields towards your position. Orbital drops and weapon depots are also all seen here, allowing you to have a spot to quickly drop in and out for some weapons as the waves begin to ramp up, and provide at least some amount of shelter against those Wraith blasts. The sandbox here has actually been shortened this time around, instead locking your team only here to the homestead and the destroyed truck being seen in the center, meaning that the battle here will feel much tighter than before, and you will find yourself constantly repositioning as they close in on you. The wave format feels very similar to Reach, and even has Wraith drops, with you facing up to a solid 11 total waves. Glizzy God always excels at map design, and this one around is definitely no different, with the ambiance and the dark twist being a great take on this all-time classic. Finally, all things must come to an end, even if it has to be tragic. We fight to our dying breaths here in Lone Wolf Survive, created by Bullet to the Head 9, paired with the Lone Wolf Survive game type as well. Here we fight to the very end, with having limited ammunition and endless oncoming waves of Covenant ready to claim your life. Just like the original map, there is going to be no happy ending here. With no health regen being present and living only on one life, it's time for us to go out in a blaze. The map itself is just a fantastic recreation of the final hours of Noble 6, with the iconic dark thick fog and only being surrounded by the remains of fallen Marines and Spartan to have been labeled MIA. This is possibly one of the most requested maps here on the channel, and Bullet has easily delivered. Enemies are countless here, and like mentioned earlier, there is only so much that you can do before your weapons will eventually go dry, as there is no ammo resupplies and 0 ordnance drops will be delivered here. You're on your own now, Spartan, and it's time to show the Covenant what the bite force of the UNSC really feels like. And that wraps up our defense here on Reach. Guys, I hope you all liked this week's lineup, as there is just so many amazing maps being dropped here in the custom browser. As always, all the maps and game modes that have been shown here can be found right there in the video's description, where all you will need to do is simply bookmark the maps and they will immediately appear right in your game, no matter the platform. If you are a forger or if you're looking for even more epic maps to play in, come check out the Spartan Outpost Discord server, as we're always looking for new recruits. With Forge map displays, scripting and Forge help, and plenty of community custom game nights being held every week. So grab your BR and meet us over there, Spartan. Every week you can expect a good dose on epic Forge maps right here on the channel, with plenty more arriving on the way. So make sure to join the Spartan program so you don't miss out. Anyways everyone, I shall see you on the battlefield. Spartan out.